everyone, Phoenix Knight here. Welcome to the channel, and welcome to a new playthrough on the channel. After Christmas in Arkham ended earlier this afternoon, we're going to head back to Fenway Park circa 2001 for Payoff Pitch Baseball. This is a baseball simulator from Sideline Strategy Games. We're in the middle of a three-game set. Game 1 ended with Boston winning 4-3 in 10 innings on a solo shot by Carl Everett in the bottom of the 10th inning. Then Arizona came back to win Game 2 6-5, holding off a furious Boston rally in the later innings. So this is Game 3 of the set. With that, let's move over and meet our starting line. And actually, we can check the final shot, and then we should be ready to get into this game. Everything looks good here, just making some small adjustments, making sure I've got my lighting exactly where I want it. I think we're good there. So, it's time for first pitch, and in the words of every baseball umpire, once again, play ball. Taking our first look at the Arizona lineup, we've got Junior Spivey on second, Jay Bell in the DH slot, Luis Gonzalez in the left, Matt Williams on third, Mark Grace at first, Reggie Sanders in right field, Steve Finley in center field, Damian Miller catching, Craig Counsell at shortstop, and facing them tonight will be Tim Wakefield, known for his knuckleball. We've got Junior Spivey due up first. Tim Wakefield gets the sign from his catcher in the pitch. 5 will be an in-play, but a 99 should be way too high. That'll be a fly out to left field, where Darren Lewis is waiting for it, and he'll make the catch on that one. That'll be 1 away. Which will bring Jay Bell to the plate next. Our designated hitter. Wakefield waits for the sign in the pitch. 6 is a tough 39. He'll strike him out. Jay Bell will go chasing a knuckleball out of the zone. And that'll bring Luis Gonzalez up to the plate for the first time. Let's see what he does here. Wakefield gets the sign and the offering. 5 is an in-play 24. In-play 22, Luis Gonzalez will end up with a single. With a 2-out single. That'll bring Matt Williams to the plate for his first time up. Wakefield watches Gonzalez, but the pitch. 6 will be a tough 89. 89 will be a ground out to short, where Craig Grebick will be waiting for it. And will make an easy 6-3 put out to get out of the inning. So Arizona gets a 2-out single from Luis Gonzalez, but can't do anything with it. That'll bring us to the bottom of the first. We'll take our first look at Boston's lineup next. Darren Lewis, who got a little workout in left earlier. Jose Offerman at second base. Carl Everett in center field. Manny Ramirez in the DH slot. Trot Nixon in right. Jason Varitek catching. Shea Hillenbrand at third. Brian Daubach at first. And Craig Grebick at short. And pitching for Arizona tonight will be Albie Lopez, acquired from the Devil Rays in a trade earlier this season. So, Darren Lewis up first. Let's see what he does with the first offering from Lopez. 6 is a tough 0-0. That's a rare play. We need to find our rare play chart with the bases empty on tough. Bases empty and tough. Here we are. Alright, so we roll the D percentile. Once again, I should have mentioned that the blue die is for the 10s, white is for the 1s. That's a 69. Batter strikes out on a great pitch, but the catcher drops the ball, so we need to roll a D6. If it's less than or equal to the catcher's E rating, the error rating for Varitek is a... Wait, that's Arizona's catcher, so Damian Miller's error is a 3. If it's equal to or less... So it's equal to or less than a 3, that's a 2, which means Damian Miller will scoop it up and make the play over at first. Right. Let's see, just double checking. Yes. Okay, so we've still got we got a swinging third strike out of that for Darren Lewis, who went after a nasty slider that that Miller couldn't handle. So 1 away in the inning, and that'll bring Jose Offerman up. Lopez may be a little bit wild, but hopefully Miller can get him settled down in the pitch. 6 will be tough again, 78. Tough 78 will be a fly out to center field, where Steve Finley waits for it, and he'll make the catch. 2 away. And that'll bring Carl Everett up to the plate, who is our hero in Game 1 of this series. The pitch from Lopez. 11 is a patient 88, but I don't think he's that patient. Nope, he'll ground up to short, where Counsell will grab it and flip it over to first for an easy 1-2-3. For an easy 1-2-3 first for the Diamondbacks. After 1, no score anywhere. We'll head into the second inning, where the heart of Arizona's order will be due up next. Mark Grace steps into the batter's box as Tim Wakefield finishes his warm-up tosses. Mark Grace hit the 3-run homer that started everything for Game 2 in our set. Grace gets set, waits for the offering from Wakefield, and the pitch. 11 is a tough 17. Mark Grace will not find the knuckleball as he goes swinging at strike 3. 1 away will bring Reggie Sanders up to the hill for the first time. The pitch from Wakefield. 5 will be an in-play 89. I think 89 should be way too high on an in-play check. Yep, that'll be grounded out to short, where Counsell will grab it. Actually, where Grebick will grab it and flip it over to first for the easy put-out. 2 away just like that as Tim Wakefield gets his control back. Steve Finley up next. His pitch. 3 is a ballpark check, but at 57, he's a lefty, so that's going to be way too high. It's going to bounce off the monster on an in-play check. But a 70 will be too high on an in-play check. That will be ground out to short, where Grebick's getting his legs loose. That will do it for Arizona in the top of the second. Bottom of the second will also bring the heart of Boston's order up, where Manny Ramirez is up next against Albie Lopez. Here's the offering. 8 is a tough 25. Ramirez will go chasing a nasty curveball out of the zone for strike 3. And then that'll bring Trot Nixon up to the plate. Looking for the pitch from Lopez. 8 is a tough 7. That's going to be another strikeout. This time Lopez is going to blow the heat by Nixon. 2 away to bring Jason Varitek up to the plate. He'll bat righty against Lopez. The pitch. 5 is a patient 35. He's patient enough to work a walk. So Varitek will reach with a 2-out walk, and we'll see if the Red Sox can do anything with that. Shea Hillenbrand up next. The pitch from Lopez. 4 is a wheelhouse check. 94 is way too high, though, for a right-handed batter. That'll be an in-play check. 49, I think, will also be too high. That'll be a line out to short, where Counsell will grab that, and that'll be the inning. So if Boston gets a 2-out walk, but they can't do anything with that either. And after 2, the game remains scoreless. I'll get that all set up. We'll head into the top of the third, where the bottom of Arizona's order is due up next. Tim Wakefield finishes his warm-up tosses and waits for Damian Miller to step into the batter's box to start the top of the third. Pitch from Wakefield. 6 is going to be a tough, that's a cocked die. Tough 24 against he's a righty against right-handed pitching. He's going to get a double out of that. Damian Miller getting on with a leadoff double in the third. Let's see what Counsell's able to do with that. Against a righty. 7 is a patient 4. He's going to work a walk out of the at-bat, and suddenly Boston finds themselves in trouble as Arizona has runners on first and second with nobody out, and Junior Spivey due up next. Veritek trying to tell Wakefield to calm down. 3 is a ballpark check. That's not very calm. 16 is a wheelhouse check. Spivey wants a 1 to 15 and it's gone. A 41 is going to be too high. He's going to end up with a single. Let's see what happens here. Ball blooped into right field. Runner on first advances 1 base. Runner on second scores. So Damian Miller will come in to score. And that'll be 1-0 Arizona on the RBI single by Spivey. So 1 for Arizona in the top of the 3rd. Damian Miller goes to the bottom, it looks like. Yes. Trying to make sure the lineup cards stay organized. And now the Red Sox find themselves in a lot of trouble as they still have runners on first and second, nobody out, and the heart of Arizona's order working its way through the batter's box. Jay Bell up next, who struck out swinging his first time up. But Jay Bell has a golden opportunity here to just continue drawing blood for Arizona. But let's see what happens here with the offering from Wakefield. Let's see, 5 is an in-play 90. 90 is probably too high. That's a ground ball to short. So we need to see if Jay Bell hit into a double play instead. 7 or less on 2D6, and he does. Boxcars means it's going to end up being a 6-5 fielder's choice. So Craig Counsell's out at first. Jay Bell will reach on the fielder's choice. And that'll bring Luis Gonzalez up, who actually got a single his first time up. Luis Gonzalez now with an opportunity to extend the damage. 6 is a tough 17. He won't do it with that. He'll go after a knuckleball, a pretty bad knuckleball actually. 2 away, and that'll bring Matt Williams up to the plate, who grounded out his first time up. So Matt Williams with the pitch from Wakefield. 11's a tough 94. 94 will be a flyout to left field, and the Red Sox will escape what could have been a very potentially disastrous 3rd inning, where the Diamondbacks got a leadoff double, and all they could get was they got their first 3 batters on base, and all they could get out of it was 1 run. The Red Sox should consider themselves very, very lucky on that one. But I will go ahead and get these guys moved down. I believe it's going to go like so. Yes. Boston managing to dodge a bullet on this one. But Arizona now has a 1-0 lead with Brian Daubach due up to lead off the Red Sox in the bottom of the 3rd inning. So let me adjust the dial here. So it's now 1-0 Arizona. Let's see what Daubach does. Let's see, 8 is going to be a tough 14. He's going to go swinging at the curveball that Lopez seems to have working today. 1 away, and that'll bring Grebick up to the plate for Boston, who's having his first time up right now. Grebick will be looking at a tough 85. 85 will be a ground ball over to short, where Counsell will grab that and make the play on it easily. So that'll be a 6-3 put out. 2 away to bring Darren Lewis up to the plate. Darren Lewis struck out swinging his first time up. Let's see what he does here. Let's see, 8 is going to be a tough 89. It's going to be another ground ball over to Counsell. There'll be another 6-3 put out. Counsell staying loose and getting another nice easy 1-2-3 inning for Lopez. So after 3, the score is now 1-0 Arizona as we head into the top of the 4th, with the middle of Arizona's order due up next. Mark Grace steps into the batter's box for the 2nd time in this game. He struck out swinging his first time up. Let's see what he does with Wakefield this time. 12 is going to be a wheelhouse check, and a 15 Wheelhouse check 15. That's going to be gone. Mark Grace is going to get a solo shot. It's going to go back to the wall and over the monster. Grace with a solo shot. And it's now 2-0 Arizona. Tim Wakefield looks very rattled. He hung a knuckleball up there, and Grace got into it. So it's now 2-0 Boston, or 2-0 Arizona. Reggie Sanders steps into the batter's box next, and the offering from Wakefield. Whoop, let's put that through the tower. Let's see, a 7 is a patient 31. I'm pretty sure he's that patient. Yep, Sanders will be patient enough to work a walk out of that. And after the homer, now Wakefield is finding himself in trouble with Steve Finley coming to the plate. Wakefield can take consolation, though, in the fact that Finley grounded out his first time up. But we're on his second time up here. The pitch. 3 is a ballpark check. I think a 69 for a righty. No, a lefty is even higher. So this is an in-play check. A 55 I don't think is going to be high enough. Nope, a 55 is going to be a ground ball to second. We need to see if they turn the double play. 5. It's going to be a 6 or less. Nope, 5-4 5-4 fielder's choice. For 1 away, and Steve Finley will reach on the fielder's choice. Let's see, Reggie Sanders. Okay, we got that all figured out. That'll bring Damian Miller up to the plate, who started the trouble in the third with a double. So let's wait a minute. Yeah, okay, never mind. Arizona got a lot of batters in the third. So Damian Miller up. 4 is going to be an in-play 31. I think that's too high. He's a righty against a lefty. Yep, 31 is going to be there's going to be a pop fly to second. There's going to be a pop fly to second, where Jose Offerman will wait for it, and he'll make the catch. That'll be 2 away. That'll bring Craig Counsell up, who had a walk his first time up. Wakefield trying to settle down after getting up the solo shot. Here's the pitch. 9 is going to be a tough 41. Counsell's going to end up. Oh no, Counsell's going to strike out, looking at a slider at a slider that just catches the outside corner. So that'll retire the side, but not before Wakefield gives up another solo shot to Mark Grace, making it 2-0 Arizona. So heading into the bottom of the fourth, Jose Offerman is due up first against Albie Lopez as the heart of the order is going to work into play for Boston. Pitch from Lopez, going to be a tough 45. Offerman is going to strike out swinging at the changeup. So that'll be KS. 1 away, and that'll bring Carl Everett up, who grounded out his first time up. Carl Everett gets the pitch from Lopez. 10 is an in-play 55. I think that's too high, though. Yep, that'll be too high. He'll ground over to third, where Williams will grab it and flip it over to first for an easy putout. Just like that, 2 away in the inning, and that will bring Manny Ramirez up to the plate, who struck out swinging his first time up. Lopez settles in, gets the sign from Miller in the pitch. 6 is a tough 84. 84 will be a ground out to short, where Counsell will grab it, get it over to first, and that'll be a quick 1-2-3 inning. That'll be a quick 1-2-3 inning for the Diamondbacks. Top of 4, or after 4, Arizona leading 2-0. That'll bring us into the fifth, where Wakefield will be looking at the top of the Arizona order. Wakefield trots out to the mound, waiting for the top of Arizona's order to lead off the top of the fifth. Junior Spivey up first, who is 1 for 2 with a single. Let's see what he does here to lead off the fifth. 8 is going to be a tough 49. Against a righty, he will go swinging at a knuckleball that looks appetizing, but he'll miss it. That'll be 1 away for Jay Bell. Jay Bell is 0 for 2. He struck out his first time up and then reached on a fielder's choice. Jay Bell looks for the offering from Wakefield. 11 is going to be a tough 89. That'll be a ground out to short, where Grabick will grab it and flip it over to first for the easy put out. 6-3, 2 away in the top half of the 5th for Luis Gonzalez, who is, I believe, 1 for 2 with a single, and he struck out back in the 3rd. So Luis Gonzalez gets the pitch. 5 is an in-play 45. I think that's... Yep, that'll be just a little bit too high. He'll ground out to first, where Brian Daubach will take it to the bag himself. So that'll be an unassisted put out for 3, and that'll be a quick 1-2-3 inning for the Red Sox as they keep the damage non-existent. That'll bring us into the home half of the 5th, where Albie Lopez is waiting for the middle of Boston's order. Trot Nixon due up first. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. He struck out looking back in the 2nd. The pitch for Nixon. 4 is a wheelhouse check. That's a rare play. Let's see. Is there a rare play? Ballpark or wheelhouse? Here we go. So we've got a rare play on a wheelhouse check. That's a 33. Weather takes a turn, and the game is delayed by rain. Stadium with roof suffers a power outage. Nope. So we have to roll if there's a delay. A 3 means there's going to be a lengthy delay and both pitchers have to be replaced. That is very unfortunate because Lopez was actually working on a no-hitter through 6. Was actually working on a no-hitter at this point, so he's going to lose it because of the power outage. So I believe we're going to have to pitch again. With that one, yes, we're definitely going to have a lengthy delay. So actually we're going to get both bullpens active. We're going to get, since Wakefield's going to have to be replaced anyway, I'll go ahead and compile stats. Wakefield is going to be in line for the loss coming out of this. So let me compile my stats here. Wakefield got... Wakefield had 5 innings pitched. 5 innings pitched. He gave up 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. 2 runs, both earned. He walked 2 and struck out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strikeouts. Didn't hit anybody. None of those. Albie Lopez, as I said, was working on a no-hitter. 4 innings pitched. Gave up no hits, no runs. Don't think he walked anybody. He did walk 1, so he didn't have a perfect game going. But he struck out 1, 2, 3, 4. He struck out 5 as well. So he's not going to get a decision on this because he wasn't in the game long enough. As for the bullpen, Boston's going to get somebody loose in the bullpen. They're going to get Paxton Crawford into the game. He'll warm up in the home half of the 5th inning. As for Arizona, they're going to need a long reliever. They're going to turn to... They're going to bring in Arizona's going to bring in Robert Ellis. Actually, yes, they're going to bring in Robert Ellis. Pity that the weather decided to spoil a no-hitter that had been going on, but after our rain delay, we'll bring Nixon back out for a new pitch from Ellis. 9 will be an in-play 68. I'm almost certain that's too high, though. Yep, that will be too high. 68 will be a ground out to short, where Counsell will grab it and flip it over to first. So that'll be a 6-3 put out. 1 away. That'll bring Jason Varitek up to the hill, who walked his first time, or up to the plate, who walked his first time up. The pitch from Ellis. 10 is a patient 79. I don't think he's that patient against a righty. Nope, 79 will be a fly out to center where Finley will wait for it and he'll make the play on it. 2 away, and that'll bring Shea Hillenbrand up. Hillenbrand lined out his first time up. He lined out to Counsell. The pitch from Ellis. 7 is a tough 27. He's going to strike out swinging at a slider. And that will retire the side. After 5, score remains 2-0 Arizona coming off a rain delay. That'll bring us into the 6th inning where we're looking at the middle of Arizona's order coming up. Coming in to pitch for Boston in the top of the 6th will be Paxton Crawford coming off the rain delay that sent Wakefield off who right now is in line for the loss. But we'll start off with the cleanup hitter for Arizona. Matt Williams is at the plate first. The pitch from Crawford. That's going to be a defense check. Let's see who we're checking. We're checking for a possible error on the shortstop. Our shortstop is Craig Grebick. His error range is a 5. 1 to 30, he's going to make an error. 31 and up, he'll make the play. That's a 74. He'll get a hold of that and make an easy 6-3 putout. For one away in the 6th. It's hit hard, but nothing he can't handle. Mark Grace, who had the solo homer back in the 4th before the rain delay, as he waits for the offering from Crawford in the pitch. Another defense check. Let's see who we're checking this time. We're looking at a range play on the shortstop right now. Our shortstop is Grebick. His range is a D. 1 to 59, it'll be a hit. 60 and up, it'll be an out. 44, Grace is going to leg that one out and get a hit out of it. That'll put him on with 1 out and bring Reggie Sanders up to the plate. Grace got the scoring. Actually, Grace didn't get the scoring started for us, but he's the reason it's 2-0 right now. Reggie Sanders due up, who got a walk his last time up. But then he grounded out his first time up. Let's see what Sanders does with the righty Crawford. The pitch is a wheelhouse check. A 61 is too high, though. He'll end up with a single out of that. So just like that, Arizona once again has runners on first and second with 1 out. Hit it on the screws really hard, but Boston's outfield was able to cut it off quickly. Actually, let's check the fast action card and see what happens there. Grounder up the middle to center, actually. Runner on first advances 2 bases. So just like that, instead of first and second, we have runners at the corners with 1 out for Damian Miller. Damian Miller had a double back in the 3rd, and then popped out his second time up. So let's see what Miller's able to do with this. 5 is a tough 34. He'll strike out swinging, trying to get Grace home. That'll be 2 away. Actually, wait. Should be Steve Finley up. I must have put the cards out of order. Let's see if the at-bat looks the same. It might, actually. That's a tough 34. Steve Finley is going to end up with a double. Now that I'm looking at the right card for a double, drive down the base, drive down the line to right field. Runners will advance 2 bases. So Grace will most definitely score. And then Sanders will go to 3rd. And we'll be right back where we started the at-bat from. First and 3rd with 1 out. So Finley picks up a double. Actually, wait. Yes, I think Finley had a double coming out of that, right? Yes. So Finley should be at second base. Grace will still score. So now we have runners at second and 3rd with 1 out. Let's see, Grace. Okay, just making sure my cards are in order. Got that straight. So now the dilemma becomes, do you walk Miller to try to set up the double play? mean, can you afford to right now? Can you afford to right now the way your bullpen is suddenly having a bit of a meltdown? That would be just asking for trouble at this point. Against a righty... No, they're going to pitch to him. Let's see what Crawford does with this one. Waits for the sign in the pitch. That's a tough 99. Looks like pitching to him was the right call. So that'll be a fly out to left field, where Darren Lewis will wait for it, and he'll make the play 2 away. It does kind of bother me a little bit in this game, and maybe I just haven't seen it yet, where there's no real option for a sacrifice fly. Maybe it's just challenging the arm. I think that's how you do it, actually, is you challenge the arm and try to tag up. But I'm looking here. I wish it was explained a little bit better, but there might be something in the rare play chart, but I'm not going to fight with it right now. Instead, we'll make it 2 outs, and we'll bring Craig Counsell up to the plate with a golden opportunity to clear the bases and extend Arizona's lead. But let's see what happens here. He doesn't have a lot of power, though. That will be a ballpark check, 38. He's a lefty. That's a wheelhouse check, but he's not going to get a homer on a wheelhouse check. Actually, he's versus a righty, so a 1-8, this would be gone. That's a 45. Nope, he's going to pop out. He's going to pop out to third, and the Red Sox are going to dodge a bullet. The Diamondbacks are only going to get 1 run out of the inning when they could have easily gotten a lot more. Let's see, Reggie Sanders, Steve Finley, Damian Miller, and Craig Counsell. Okay. But yes, the Diamondbacks could have easily gotten a lot more runs out of that 6th inning. As it is, they only got 1. But now we'll bring the bottom of the order up for Boston, as it should be Brian Daubach up first, who is 0 for 2, I think. No, he's 0 for 1. He struck out swinging back in the 3rd. Let's see what Ellis is able to do with this at-bat. Aid will be a patient 63. I don't think he might be that patient. He's against a righty. Patient 63, he'll end up with a single. He'll end up with a leadoff single. So Daubach reaches base of the leadoff single, and that'll bring Craig Grebick. Yes, okay. Craig Grebick up first, who grounded out his first time up back in the 3rd. Yep. So Grebick waits for the offering from Ellis in the pitch. Will be an in-play 60. I think 60 is too high on an in-play check. That'll be a ground ball to second. We'll see if they get the double play. That needs to be a 6 or less. Boxcars is most definitely not a double play, but that'll be an unassisted 4 on a fielder's choice. So Grebick will reach on the fielder's choice with 1 out. That'll bring Darren Lewis up to the plate. Darren Lewis is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out. Let's see what Lewis does with the offering from Ellis. Ellis looking to get out of the inning and keep the leadoff single from turning into anything. 7 is a tough 24. A swinging strikeout on a slider will most definitely help. That'll be 2 away, and that'll bring Offerman up, who's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out. Let's see what Offerman does here with the offering from Ellis. 6 will be an in-play 8, which is high enough for him to get a single. So Jose Offerman will reach with the 2-out single. That'll bring Carl Everett up to the plate with a glorious opportunity for him to tie the game. But let's see what Carl Everett can do with this. He was our hero back in game 1 of this set, but he's struggling tonight. He's grounded out twice. Let's see what he does here. 11 is a ballpark check, but that's a rare play with runners on base on a ballpark check. Ballpark. So we've got a re-roll for this. That's a 3. Batter hits a drive down the left field line. Ball bounces around the corner before left fielder is able to retrieve it. Batter with a run rating 5 or less, which he has a run of 7. Safe on second with a double. Batter with a run rating 5 or less is safe on base. Batter with a run rating of 6 or more is thrown out at third trying for the triple if the left fielder's arm is equal to or less than the run rating. This is 2 outs, so it looks like the runners are going to score. Who's our left fielder? Gonzalez has an arm of 5, equal to or less than the run rating. The arm is, Everett's a 7, so he's going to get a 2-out trip. He's going to get a 2-out double, but he's going to get thrown out trying for the triple. But still, that'll be enough for a 2-run sixth, and just like that, Boston's back in it. So shutout gets broken up as Everett manages to clear the bases with a 2-out double, even if he got a little greedy. So Grebick, Lewis, Offerman, Everett, which will retire the side, but suddenly, just like that, we got a ball game, folks. It's now 3-2 after 6. Top of the 7th coming up, and the top of Arizona's order is due up next. I was just checking on something with pitcher fatigue, but Crawford's all good, so we're about to start the top of the 7th with the top of Arizona's order due up. Junior Spivey coming up to the plate first as Crawford finishes his warm-up tosses and the pitch. 7 is going to be an in-play 44. I think in-play 44 as a righty's too high. That'll be a pop-out to third base where Hillenbrand will wait for it and he'll make the play on it. 1 away in the top of the 7th, and that'll bring Jay Bell up. Jay Bell, who is 0 for 3. He struck out and grounded out twice tonight. But he'll wait for the offering from Crawford in the pitch. 6 will be an in-play 67. I think that's too high as well. That'll be a ground out to second, where Offerman will grab it, and he'll make the play over at first. So that'll be a 4-3 putout. 2 away. That'll bring up Luis Gonzalez, who is 1 for 3 with a single, and he struck out. With a single, a strikeout, and a ground out. Let's see what Luis Gonzalez is able to do. Wheelhouse check, 72, I think is, nope, 72 is high enough for him to get a double. So Gonzalez is going to get a 2-out double. And that'll bring Matt Williams up, who is 0 for 3. He's grounded out twice and flown out. So let's see what Williams is able to do. Oh, what Williams is able to do. I would have flipped over a fast action card, but no need for that with the bases empty. Let's see what Williams is able to do. 11 is a patient 76. I don't think he's that patient, though. Nope. 76 will be a fly out to center, where Carl Everett will get under it, and he'll make the play on it to retire the side. So Arizona can't do anything with a 2-out double, and it's time to stretch with a traditional rendition of Take Me Out to the Ball Game, which I promise I will not sing because my singing voice is absolutely horrendous. But heading into the bottom of the 7th, Ellis is waiting for the heart of Boston's order. Manny Ramirez due up first, 0 for 2 with a strikeout tonight. Let's see what Ramirez is able to do. They're trying to get Tim Wakefield off the hook. Patient 1, that'll help. He'll work a base on balls out of that. As Ellis ends up having ball 4 go sail outside the zone. Trot Nixon due up next. He is not having a good night either. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout, and he grounded out. Nixon waits for the offering from Ellis and the pitch. 7 will be a tough 21. He'll strike out swinging at a curveball. 1 away. Actually, he should probably be fatigued already, but Nixon with 1 out. That'll bring Jason Varitek up to the plate. Varitek not having a good night either. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. So let's see what Varitek's able to do here. As Ellis gets the sign from Miller in the pitch. That's a 9. That's an in-play 89. I think that's too high, though. 89 will be a ground out. Will be a ground ball to shortstop. Counsell will get it. Can they turn the double play? Needs to be 6 or less. No. That will be a 6-4 fielder's choice. Which will put Varitek on with 2 outs. Ramirez will be out at second. And that'll bring Shea Hillenbrand up, who's over 2 with a strikeout tonight. Let's see what Hillenbrand can do against Ellis. 7, tough 80. 80 will be a fly out to center field, where Steve Finley will wait for it. He'll grab it, and that will be the end of the 7th. Arizona gets away from a leadoff walk in the 7th. Oop. After 7, the score remains 3-2 Arizona. We're going to get some activity in the Arizona bullpen, as they're going to look to try to keep control of this game. They're going to get Eric Sable loose in the Arizona bullpen. Robert Ellis is probably going to be done tonight, but before we get to that, we need to move into the 8th inning. Look who's due to lead off the top of the 8th. It's Mark Grace, who got us up to 2-0 Arizona. He's actually 2 for 3 with the homer and the single now. As we're going to start getting activity in the Boston bullpen as well. I think Crawford is... Nope, this will be his 3rd inning, but we are going to get activity in the Boston bullpen. Who are they going to get warming up? They're going to get Bill Pulsifer warming up in the bullpen. As Gray steps into the batter's box and waits for the sign from Crawford, the pitch. 10 is a tough 8. He'll strike out swinging at a fastball. As Crawford will rear back and blow the heat by him. 1 away, that'll bring Reggie Sanders up, who's 1 for 2 with a single and a walk. Yep, looks like my lineup got a little bit out of order. I'm trying to be careful about that. But Reggie Sanders steps into the batter's box, waits for the offering from Crawford. And the pitch. 6 is an in-play. Let's roll that again. That got cocked. An in-play 49, which is too high. That'll be a ground ball to second, where Jose Offerman will wait for it. He'll make the play, and that'll be a 4-3 putout. And just like that, 2 away in the inning for Steve Finley, who Finley is 1 for 3 with a double, and he reached on a fielder's choice back in the 4th. Finley up next. Let's see what he does with the offering from Crawford. 8 is a tough 54. That'll be too high. He'll ground right back to Offerman again. And the Diamondbacks will go 1, 2, 3 in the 8th. Now into the bottom half of the inning, where the bottom of Boston's order is due up first. Brian Daubach is up first, but Arizona is going to bring in Eric Sable, who's ready to come in. Hopefully he can keep the damage at 3-2. Arizona's going to get their closer active. They're going to warm up. Where is he? Here you are. They're going to start warming up Byung-Hyun Kim in the bullpen. So Arizona waits. So Daubach steps into the batter's box and waits for the pitch. 6 will be an in-play 36. That'll be too high. He'll ground right back to the pitcher, or Sable will grab it and take it to the bag himself. That'll be ground ball 1. Actually, he'll take it to the bag himself. It was just close enough. 1 away. Grebick stepping into the batter's box next. Grebick is 0 for 2 with the field as he reaches on a fielder's choice back in the 6th. Sable waits for the sign from Miller and the pitch. 9 is a patient 98. I doubt he's that patient. Nope, he'll fly out to left field, where Gonzalez will wait for it, make the catch, and there'll be 2 away. That'll bring Darren Lewis up to the plate, who is 0 for 3, he struck out twice. Sable gets the sign from Miller and the pitch. 9 is a patient 48. Is he that patient? He is that patient. He'll get a single out of it with 2 out. So Lewis will reach with a 2-out single. And that will bring Offerman up to the plate, who reached on a single back in the 6th, but he's also struck out and flown out. Waiting for the sign. Sable waits for the sign from Miller and the pitch. 5 is a wheelhouse check. 53 is going to be just too high. He'll hit it on the screws, but he'll hit it right at Matt Williams, who will flip it over to second to get the force out and end the inning. As the Diamondbacks dodge a bullet there in the 8th, as that one was hit really hard, but right at Williams. Caught him off guard for a second, but he was able to make the play on it. So we're through 8 now, and the score remains 3-2 Arizona. Let's go into the top of the 9th and see if Arizona can extend their lead. Bottom of Arizona's orders due up to start the 9th, but Boston's bringing in Bill Pulsifer to try to keep the score to 3-2 so that Boston has a chance to win the game in the bottom of the 9th. Damian Miller up first, who is 1 for 3 with a double on the evening. So let's see what Miller gets up to with the offering from Pulsifer. Pulsifer gets the sign from Veritek and the pitch. 8 is a tough 92. 92 will be a ground out to short, where Grebick will wait for it. He'll charge it. He'll make the play to first. 1 away to bring Craig Counsell up. Craig Counsell is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a walk on the evening. So let's see what Counsell gets from Pulsifer. 7 is a tough 75. That'll be a ground ball to second, or to short, where Grebick will get it again. And he'll make another 6-3 putout, and there'll be 2 away to bring Junior Spivey up. Junior Spivey tonight is 1 for 4 with a single and a strikeout. Let's see what Spivey's doing with the offering from Pulsifer. 7 is a tough 50. He'll strike out swinging at a fastball out of the zone. And that will preserve the 1-run margin for Boston to try to win this game. Arizona is going to bring their closer in, Byung-Hyun Kim, to try to finish the game. Unfortunately, he's coming in facing the heart of Boston's order. Boston's 3-4-5. This is going to be a tough situation, especially with Boston only down 1, and 1 swing of the bat could tie the game. Carl Everett stepping into the batter's box, though. He's responsible for both of Boston's runs tonight, with that bases clearing double in the 6th, but before he was thrown out trying for 3rd. Let's see what Everett does with the offering from Kim, the pitch. 5 is a patient. Patient 13. Actually, what does the P6 mean on the patient? I've never seen that before. Here we go. The result will be followed by reading will be followed by an out. Go to the batter's patient section. If it's a okay, so we recorded like normal. 13 is a base on balls, so Everett will go to the batter's patient section. If the result, okay, so Everett will get a walk to lead off the inning. I was just checking that because I've never seen that before. So that'll be a walk to lead off the 9th, and now the winning run is now stepping to the plate in the form of Manny Ramirez. Manny Ramirez, however, well, he got a walk back in the 7th, but he struck out swinging earlier as well. Manny Ramirez is hopefully not going to try to win the game with 1 swing of the bat, but let's see what happens here. 7 is going to be a tough 43. He is trying to win the game with 1 swing of the bat, as he misses and takes a huge cut at a slider, and there's 1 away. That'll bring Trot Nixon up to the plate. who trapped Nixon, struck out twice tonight. He might be trying to do the same thing, trying to win the game with one swing of the bat. The offering from Kim, that'll be a tough 86. That'll be a ground ball to second where Spivey will get it. Can they turn the double play? It's got to be a 5 or less. That will be a 4-3 double play, and Arizona will win this game. So Spivey will get it, take it to the bag himself, then throw it over to first to get Nixon for a 4-3 double play, and the game is over. Arizona manages to take 2 of 3 from Boston at Fenway by a score of 3-2. Finish compiling the box score here. So I think it was all goose eggs for Kim with 1 strike. Actually, yeah, with 1 strikeout. No hits, no runs, no walks. Walk, strikeout, none of that. As for Bill Pulsifer, I believe he's gonna have a similar stat line. Oh, right. 1 inning pitched, no hits, no runs, no walks, 1 strikeout. Okay, we had 4 hits for Arizona. Actually, 4 hits for Boston, I should say. And 7 hits for Arizona, no errors. Your winning pitcher tonight is going to be Robert Ellis. Tim Wakefield does end up with a loss after all of that. And Byung-Hyun Kim will come up with a save when it's all said and done. And that will do it for this 3-game series of Payoff Pitch Baseball. This has been a fun game. This has actually been a fun game to film on the channel. I've really enjoyed it. I'm surprised that I'm enjoying sports games more and more, especially this one, where it really brings the stadium in. And I think that's one thing I've talked about that before, where I really have hesitated around sports games in the board game world, because you don't really get the feel of the stadium you don't really get the feeling of the stadium being a factor in the game. Whereas that's one thing I've liked about using video games when I've wanted my sports game fix, where if you go use a video game, you can set up some of those fancy matchups. Like, say I want to play as an example, let's say I want to play the Dodgers against the Cubs at Fenway Park, for instance. It's a lot easier to do that in a video game than it used to be in a board game, especially in something like APA Baseball, where you can't really do that. But this is a game where you conceivably could introduce that fantasy element of using like a neutral site game, where you don't really get the feeling of that in... Maybe you do get the feeling of that in an APA. Admittedly, the version that I got of APA Baseball doesn't really have the stadium factor in there. In fact, I'm very much still just learning APA Baseball. But it looks like it's going to be very straightforward. I can see that getting to the channel. But I'm rambling at this point, so let's wrap this video up. Tomorrow morning, we're going to be stepping into another war game as we play Defending America, intercepting the America Bombers from Compass Games. There may be an upload tomorrow afternoon as well, but I haven't completely decided on that yet. Stay tuned to the channel for that. Thank you for watching the video. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to turn on notifications so you get my content. Be well, stay safe, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I'll be back with more videos in the future. Until then, take care everyone.